In 1981, I did a TV movie of the week called Scared Straight Another Story. And the casting director from that movie apparently really liked my work. And when he became the casting director for Back to the Future, he called me in for a meeting with Bob Gale, Bob Zemeckis, and Neil Canton and Steven Spielberg. And I went into that meeting, and I met with them and talked, and they perused me and asked me questions, and the next thing you know, I was Mayor Goldie Wilson in the film with Eric Stoltz.
That particular scene that they show from when Marty goes back in time in the coffee shop and everything like that. How was it working with Michael J. Fox and Tom? How was it? I mean,
Um,
that's
there's
a
not enough
classic
good
scene.
there's not enough good things I can say about Michael J. Fox. He's just generally genuinely an awesome human being. It was fun working with all of them because it was such a creative environment. We were allowed to really go for what we know in regard to our particular roles, and as history has proven out, that proved to be quite the formula.
Absolutely. It's funny how Back to the Future has. They say they say there's a lot of things that Back to the Future predicted as far as what would happen in the future. For instance, they talked about the Cubs winning the series and everything like that. But your particular line, when you say, "You'll see, Mr. Carruthers, I will be mayor," and then he responds with, "A black mayor, that'll be the day." You know what I'm saying? And there you are in the next films, talking about when your grandfather was mayor of Hill Valley. you know,
Yes.
even even the advice that you gave, why did you let those boys pick on you? You know what I'm saying? Talking about being
This
a
dude
bully
know
and
the
everything
movie.
like that. That it was a great scene, and it's one of the scenes that people, not only myself, but it's prevalent out there in my mind as far as when I think about the movie. So really, really, quite an action scene too. I'm surprised you didn't take the broom handle and smack Biff with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, and that was part of the whole mystique. It's like, Biff was just this quintessential bigger than life bully type character, and we all know that bullies are really, insecure. So everybody was kind of afraid of him, obviously, until George McFly got him with that left cross, and everything changed.
Absolutely, absolutely. The chase around the set. From what I understand, that scene is they now have the tours where they actually take people on the tram into like the town square, by the clock tower and everything like that. So eventually, one day I'm going to get out that way and I want to take that tour. And I mean, I am such a Back to the Future fan. It's like I have the car model, I have all the different movies and everything like that. So really, for those of you listening out there that know, the story behind Mayor Goldie Wilson and Back to the Future. Don is so much a part of the Back to the Future franchise. But the reason that we're talking today is because you're getting married. Congratulations!
Well,
You're getting
thank you.
married. Tell everybody. And there's a special. There's something really special. There's always something special about a wedding, but there's something very, very special about this particular wedding, and that's because the wedding is being streamed. So let's talk a little bit about the marriage. I mean, this is tell everybody. You're going to be streaming the wedding. Why don't we talk about that for a little while? Tell everybody about what's going to be happening on the 31st of July.
Well, on the 31st of July, my lovely fiance, Tuluv, who will be my bride, and I are having nuptials. And it just so happens that over the past year, during the COVID environment, um, we developed a streaming network called TV2, tvtu.net. And when we decided to get married, we thought, what better way to launch the network than to live stream our wedding for all of our family who couldn't be there, as well as all the Back to the Future fans around the world, and include them as a part of our joyous day. Here's my
A lot
lovely,
of
here's my lovely bride to be. Say hello.
Good morning.
Well, good morning to you and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, how do you feel about the entire world that know Don and know that the entire world now is going to be a witness to your amazing wedding? How do you feel?
Oh, I'm ecstatic. I can't believe, Don is really romantic. He's really found ways to, make this day special, and I'm just very appreciative of it. And as far as this Back to the Future life that I'm indicted into, it's been quite a journey so far. I've traveled with him overseas quite a bit, and I'm just amazed at his fan base. I mean, I grew up on Back to the Future too, and who knew that millions of people all over the world 30 years later would be such in awe with the movie, and it would be just such a phenomenal franchise. And um, I just adore and amaze him because the way he handles everything is just like awesome. So, when I think I went to France with him for a Comic Con and just saw how he handled his fans with so much love, and I was like, hey, he's a good guy. I like him. Maybe I'll stick around.
Ha. Hill Valley's getting a first lady.
There you go. How many brides can say? And this is exciting too. That they're actually going to have, and I'll use the character name. They're going to have Marvin Berry singing "Earth Angel" at their wedding. That's just amazing. It really is. The guest list for the wedding, folks, is just a celebrity-filled guest list with even a lot of surprises, as they say. Even the DeLorean making an appearance at the wedding. So it's quite a the weddings are special. All right, weddings are the type you always want to have the memories of your wedding day. And I will tell you both that this particular wedding day is going to be amazing. It truly is. Not only with the streaming portion of it, but because of the love that you guys share, and you're also um, business partners, from what I understand. Correct? Am I correct in that? You're business partners with regards to the TV2U.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, yeah, it was actually developed. If you, her name is Tuluv, and if you look at the logo, it's TVTU as opposed to the number two. So there's a little insight, a little
I thought about
backstory.
yep. I saw that
It
now, and you know what the domain name itself, TV2U, TU. When you look at it, when you say it to yourself really quickly, TV2U. I thought about that too. I said that's great. So how did that come about? I mean, what caused you guys to decide to enter into the streaming world and to build TV2U?
Well, originally I'm an arts educator, and I've been educating for over 20 years, from elementary school to on the university level, as well as private entities. And because of the whole pandemic, I was forced to try to find alternative ways to continue to educate the arts through virtually. And we just sat around like everybody else was and utilized our time, and came up with some creative ways to keep in touch and keep educating young folks through our arts programming that we've developed. And it just extended from that. It just took on a life of its own. And Don actually thought of the name TV2, and put a lot of pieces together to really make the dream come to fruition. So I can't take credit for a lot of a lot of the technical stuff that was done, because who knew? He's the mayor of Hill Valley, but he's very, very intellectually, technically inclined. So maybe he got some of that doc juice from from the movie, but he's so smart.
The 21, whatever it was, gigawatts.
Uh huh.
you know,
Uh huh.
you know, but it's the streaming service itself in today's world. I find that people look for content, they look for intellectual content, but they look for subject matter, that's different and that they can learn from and that they're gaining information from, and that you go to a normal you go to television in today's world, and I'll say it like this: yes, you can see Back to the Future, you can guarantee to see the three Back to the Future movies at once or a couple times a month. They're going to be on TV, but it's like sometimes it's the same thing with other topics and over and over and over again. So guys have developed TVTU and what you're doing, okay, with educating and exposing untapped talent, okay, as I'm reading in your press release, developing brands and media platforms and things like that. You're bringing something special to people, and this is what people need. People need new environments. They need things that are different than the same old thing that's being shown over and over and over again. And I looked at TVTU and I see some like the particular movie. This was the gentleman from Family Matters, and the movie, that particular movie, and things like that. These are exciting movies, folks. These are things that are that's something that you don't see every day on television or on the digital brands. And what Don has done is truly amazing, and I'm going to be a fan. I really am. I'm a fan of what you guys are doing. So, I can congratulate you on that.
Oh, well, thank you. We look forward to that. We really, really appreciate the feedback. And I come from the theater world, so it's also an opportunity to bring some of the some of the theater to connect all the dots and bridge the gaps between all the different genres of art, because a lot of television. Don is from the TV world and I'm from the theater world, and it's interesting enough, he's recently done a lot of theater and I'm recently done a lot of TV, so there's definitely a connection there that should be more cultivated, and that's what we're saying.
Trying to bring energy, branding, and exposure to those out there who have all this amazing amount of talent, but no outlet to expose that particular talent. So if you think about it,
Absolutely.
when you go on like a Roku or a Netflix or something, you're going to get tons and tons and tons of programming. Big money programming, studio programming, things that you've seen before. But the idea is to expose things that you have not seen before to create that interest.
As you've said already.
Absolutely, I agree, and I think that's what a lot of the young people in today's world is. There's some of the platforms out there. There's some really, really, I mean, they're really great. What's the word I want to use? Product. There's really great things that people are doing out there, but they're not getting exposure to that. And I think it's like going back in history to take it to a point where they put you in that Hollywood square, and your career took off. Thank God that happened. Had that not happened, the question is, what would Mayor Wilson have existed? You know what I'm saying? So what's happening in today's world is you're giving people, these young people, even middle-aged people or elderly people, you're giving the opportunity for a platform to be able to put their work out there. Whereas in certain instances like the Netflix or the larger services, they wouldn't be able to do that. So what you're doing is bringing and both of what's you're doing fabulous. It really is. So, but I
Well,
want to
thank you.
congratulate you both.
Well, thank you
I
so
want to
much.
congratulate I want to congratulate you both on the wedding.
We so appreciate it. I have a fun fact for our fans though. We don't have to answer it right
Go ahead.
now, but what the first gig Don had, and the first gig that he gained from the Hollywood Squares experience, the trivia question is, what was his first job at age 11? Because it's a pretty big
Now,
thing too, and it gets overshadowed a lot, but it's pretty impressive. It depends on your age though.
I'm going to guess because I've done my research on God. I'm going to guess, and I might be wrong, but in my research on my interviews, so I'm going to take a guess.
Okay, what
And he
is it?
said, well, let me ask for a clue. Was it voice work?
It was
Am I
voice
correct?
work.
Was it voice work? Okay, you ready? I'm
I'm
ready.
ready.
Was it the Jackson 5?
Yes, ding 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 ding. He was the voice of Michael Jackson in the Jackson 5 cartoon.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I just turned 60, okay? But Saturday morning cartoons, and I tell my kids about this all the time, nobody understands
Nope.
what what we had as children in Saturday morning. I mean, they used to shut down the networks, and, coming, and they used to make
Yes.
feature television versions out of what cartoons were coming in. We as children look forward to
Yep.
those Saturdays. We would get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. My Saturdays, of course, get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it was Davy and Goliath,
Babe,
and
we
then it
can't
was
talk at
number
the
I
same
know.
time.
2004 or two, and ended up at 1 o'clock with Hoopla Brandon out.
Wow,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
You know, so the Jackson Five. I'm looking at the Jackson Five part now. Was one of my favorites because I was a Michael Jackson fan to begin with. I still play his music, but yeah.
I was
See
literally
that?
the very first professional Michael Jackson impersonator.
There you go. See that's an amazing thing. That's an
But that
amazing
brings
thing
it
to put
back
on
to
the
you
resume. You know what I'm saying?
impersonation.
You did a lot of voice work. You did a lot, and that's a lot of. I'm looking at your Wikipedia, you know, and the voice resume that you have is amazing to begin with too. So it's much more than just the mere golden gloves. This is like I said when we started the interview, folks. This is a guy that has 40 years experience in the industry, and it all started with a square. It all started with the Hollywood Squares, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
So, now if people want to watch. How do they do this now on Saturday? They want to
Um,
come to me.
you go to your trusty computer, you type in TV, well, computer or mobile device, and you type in tvtu.net.
Okay. And then they'll be able to, is there a subscription? I know there's a normal subscription fee to subscribe to the service, but will there be a fee to watch the wedding? How does that work?
There's a special live event page that you can click on to be able to be a part of the whole festivity.
Okay, gotcha. There you go. So it's TV, the letters T, V, T, U, okay, and .net. And for those of you out there that are fans, not only fans of Don's work, but fans of modern technology, to be able to see, all right, the streaming, you know, and to be able to see the wedding in the capacity and the way that this is going to be broadcast for you out there who are dealing with situations where you might not want to travel, or you have family far away, and the pandemic has pushed back, you know, many weddings that I know of. All right, and your family or whoever it is, you want to be able to share that with your business, or share that with them in the same room, the same state, the same country, the same city. This gives you an opportunity to do that. That's a fabulous thing for people, for grandma and grandpa that might be in the Midwest or the West Coast, and you're on the East Coast. You know, they're dying to see their granddaughter get married or their grandson get married. They can't do it. Well, something like this now they can. So what you guys have done, and what you've created as far as a streaming service is I applaud you for that. So I'm gonna be watching. I'm even gonna send a wedding gift.
Wow. Well, thank you, sir.
I'm gonna send you a copy of this interview.
I see what you did there.
But listen, I want you to consider uh, myself a fan and a friend. I want to hear more about the future. Um, you know, I want to hear what's going on in both of your lives. I'm going to keep track of TVTU and TVTU, and I want to talk further about this. I mean, because I'm sure from what I'm hearing that you guys are going to be doing great things with your network, and like when movies come about or things are coming about that you want to promote, get out there. I would hope that you would not, pick up the phone or shoot me an email and say, "Hey, Eric, we're doing this. Let's talk about it," and I'll bring you guys back on the show and we'll talk some more. Cool.
to
Good.
to coin a phrase, I like the sound of that.
You know what? You said that. You know what? When I got off the phone yesterday with you, and I'm thinking about it, I said, he said the line. He said that. I like the sound of that. What was the other one? It's when you say, you wait and see, Mr. What was his name?
Mr.
You wait and see,
Carruthers.
Mr. Let me hear
I
that line.
You wait and see, Mr. Carruthers. I will be there. Well, let me see. You wait.
Yeah.
I will be man. I'm going to clean up this town. One day I will
There
be
you go.
man. I'm going to
What
clean
did
up
you
this
say?
town. Yeah, I got to
What did
remember
he
it.
say? And then he said with the broom. He said, "Great. Why don't you start with the broom?" And then you said that line. Then you were like, "Mayor, I like the sound of that." That's a great one. So there you go.
Yes,
Well,
indeed.
guys, thanks so much. Thanks so much for joining me once again. July 31st, 2021 is a special day. Okay, because these two are going to be getting married, and you, my listeners, and everybody out there has the opportunity to become a part of this special day for this couple, to be able to watch and see a bit of history being made, and that's exactly what it is. And what
You know, on an inspirational level, it is always a wonderful thing to dream. Never give up on your dreams. Stay true to what you believe, and the world will be your oyster.
Love it. And of course,
I
for
concur.
me,
I concur. He took the words
you
out of my mouth.
concur. He's been doing the medical shows. Marno, what was
I'm,
I
I, I,
concur?
I'm,
That's you, you
I,
can't.
I'm from DC. You know, I got a lot of uh, litigious phrases from DC, growing up in DC.
Absolutely. I haven't been down in DC in a year now, but I've spent some time, doing some work down there as well, and covering news stories and things like that are going on in our town. But yeah, another show, another time, guys. I want to wish you the best of luck with everything, and I'll be watching. I'm gonna watch the wedding because I think it's a great thing that you guys are doing, and also the programming which that you're developing. I'm gonna keep an eye on that as well.
And if any of your listeners out there are creative people and they want some place to expose their work, get in touch with us at tv2.net. That's tvtu.net.
This is now I'm going to say one more thing with regards to that also. I know there's a lot of you out there that could be the YouTuber or could be the TikToker or FaceTimer or blogger, that type of thing. Check out the network that they've developed here because it really is. I see it as a focal point for the future as to what they're building and giving you the opportunity to really work yourself out there in a way that's different than a lot of other people are doing things for. So it's a great thing. So guys, I wish you the best of luck and everything once again. Everything you've like done, you're an inspiration. And thank you. And thank you for the work that you've done on television. Thank you. Thank you for taking me back to 1971. To the top. Laying on my living room floor and here comes the cartoon Michael Jackson, with that foot moving forward and all the music that the Jackson 5 did. So that's a great. And the snake, what was it, Rosie? Yeah,
Rosie and the two mice, Ray and Charles.
yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, so everybody, Don Fully Love, thank you so much for taking the time with me today. And I love you. I love you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.